we've got, as of the date of this recording, just over 40,000 views. I think the next highest is like a tenth of that. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to read them, and I'm going to see if I can't categorize them. And this is what I call a night well spent. Let's begin. So if I just want to make some use of this, I'm gonna use some help here. I'm just gonna shrink this a bit, if you don't mind. All right, let's see here, and all right, there we go. There's my comments. There's my spreadsheet. So we're gonna keep track of these as we go. So I'm going to just make categories as I get them. Okay, so here's the first thing. I did make one with better audio quality. I pinned the comment, and well, there's a lot of replies there. Anyway, I'm not going to follow into the replies. I'm just going to go for the main comments. Okay, just because you can explain how the math works doesn't mean it's less significant. So let's see here. Still, let me put it this way. Not just math. I think I got some other comments like this. I might have to merge some categories later. Respectfully, you debunked nothing. Associating this coincidence merely as a cycle of the base 10 system and nothing more. You're just projecting your agnostic, atheistic views. I'm a Christian. To your audience, Nikola Tesla seemed to have a deeper understanding. I need to actually keep track. I never mentioned Tesla in my video once, but Tesla came up a bunch, so I'm going to keep a tally of mentions of Tesla. Let's see. Deeper understanding, alternating current, revolutionary, antagonistic, and compulsive debunk culture comes from a position of insecurity and rejection and is dogmatic in nature. It plagues many fields of capitalized S science today, particularly archaeology and geology. What? It's like this is an Ancient Aliens comment? Enter Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock. Other than that, I enjoyed the song. All right, well, thanks for that. I'm gonna leave you alone. But I believe you debunked nothing was a common comment. So no debunk. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, gotta keep a tally here, right? Okay, let's see. I already read that. Lol, nice try. You didn't debunk anything. There's a 2. Darth Calculus, I suppose you may have failed to consider the multidimensionality of the model of Vortex Based. Oh, yeah. This is something that a lot of people mention. It was more dimensions. Now, I found this comment very interesting because, right, there can be problems when there is a 4-dimensional problem that you're analyzing 3-dimensionally or 2-dimensionally. If you've ever heard of Flatland or Flatterland, it's this story of a 2-dimensional geometrical world and a sphere visits it, and it's a whole bunch of geometrical adventures. And the idea that even just this is an idea that Christians will throw around, is that we live in this 3-dimensional world 3+ time, and if God is this higher dimensional being, then whenever something spiritual interacts with our world, it might blow your mind and look crazy, like the angels in Ezekiel chapter 1. I'm familiar with that idea. But this is mathematics, which means that we're talking about mathematical dimensions. And everything that I've been talking about is dimension independent. As in the digital root tricks, they've got nothing to do with dimensions, which means add as many or subtract as many dimensions as you want. That doesn't do anything to the math that I did. So got dimensions there. I appreciate your take on this. It's super important for humanity as we discover truth. One thing you might want to look into. Okay, here's a positive comment. Looks like I didn't convince them, but all right. I think some other people also mentioned Rodin coils. As in, there's a practical application to this, which gives it some credence. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and do positive. Oh yeah, I also need to add too loud because they're coming. All right, so I got one that's kind of positive. Okay, you didn't include the decimals. Don't understand why the music is too loud. Also, you don't really explain why. I'm just wondering, but okay. The decimals. Oh, that's right. I did include decimals in a different video. Anyway, I could hear the video fine with headphones. Also, I was LMAO because I've never heard ambient heavy metal put to mathematics. That goes under positive. All right, let's see here. I can see a Vortex math might be meaningless, but I see the geometry this math creates in odd places all the time, like music videos or in packages. Vortex math also made me look at my clock different. Hey, that's cool, man. But I don't have a category for you. Looks like the Volkswagen logo. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Well, that escalated quickly. It sure did. I don't know if that counts as positive, but I love that comment. Yeah, Anchorman. All right, thank you so much. Love these dissonant chaotic notes. Yeah, dissonant chaos. That's what I'm all about. Perpetuating. Oh, it's this one. Oh, I need to read this comment. I read this comment the day it was posted. This comment is magical. No. This would take too long. You have got to read this. It's so good. All right, anyway. The universe is math. What? Life and things are math. Okay. Study Fibonacci sequence. I got some people telling me to do Fibonacci. Man, I have the notes all done for Fibonacci sequence, but like, man, that is a big undertaking to make that video. I just don't know if I can take the time. But yeah, you can recreate the Fibonacci phenomenon in Vortex Based Mathematics in Base 6. Oh man, I thought I invented the digital root when I was a kid. Also 26 is a value in relation to the name of God in Kabbalah. Oh, right, I remember that. It's a cool comment. I don't have a category for it. Hey, I appreciate your vid. I love the audio just the way it is, even if I couldn't understand you. The dramatic effects were stellar. Thank you. It's positive. Keep it going. Super. Earlier I found it suspicious. Okay, that's another positive one. 9 trick is a weak game, yeah. Found a pentagram on 12 base system as well. Alright, thank you, comment leaver person. I failed to see any comprehension of Vortex math, much less any ability to even offer constructive criticism, and certainly to debunk anything regarding the functioning Rodin coil. That's a 2 for Rodin coils. Please debunk the gas combustion engine and trig next. Smack my head. I think that counts as a no debunk. Okay, so I'm just... Debunk the gas combustion engine. If there were a numerological system associated with gas combustion, I would debunk the numerological system and keep the gas combustion engine. I think that Rodin coils, like, look, if they work, okay, they work. You're not allowed to deny experimental evidence in science. What you can do is contest the interpretation of it, especially if it has a non-electromagnetic basis. We have a theory of electromagnetism. It's mathematically rigorous and well defended. If a Rodin coil works, it's probably because of electromagnetism, not because of vortex-based mathematics. May I suggest that you change the music? Absolutely, you may. He was so nice about it, too. Thank you, Jason. Yet another debunker who has debunked absolutely nothing. That would be No Debunk. All he has done is show us his total inability to perceive the inner significance. That would be Not Just Math. Yeah, I got a lot of people saying I, one, didn't debunk, and two, I didn't understand it. I spent like the first 4 minutes of this video explaining it. What did I get wrong? But it has nothing to do with vortexes in nature? I think you might want to check that again. I did check. It has to do with the properties of the decimal system. Ancient Sumerians used base 6, but we still use their measurements for time, length, etc. Yeah, that we do. I don't know if he means base 60 or base 6. But yeah, that is one thing that I love to bring up in math class. Why we have 360 degrees in a circle, 60 minutes per hour, 60 seconds per minute. We did not invent. When I say we, I mean like, modern Western academics. We didn't invent math. Math is like, I bet like in the order of human inventions, it goes like music, language, war, math. It probably goes like that. Okay. The hatred the universe has for men like this is so tangent. Am I right? I think that's a math joke. I don't get it. Perhaps tonal significance hurts golden mean. Perhaps debunking a very old and significant set of language terms is important. If I remain hopeful, I may give a sober second look at your work. Oh, this guy's stoned. I hope you enjoyed it. A guy named Darth Calculus playing metal in the background. Who's satanic? Oh man. That's all that's happening. That very math explaining itself, and it still doesn't understand its significance of consciousness and cosmic reality. What? I don't even understand. Am I math? What? Okay. I was wondering how the heavy metal was going to tie up with the maths and look toward the end of the video. All right, I think someone likes the music. I'll go ahead and put that under positive. All right, let's see. Great video. I've been telling this to people for years. Glad you have. Who's to say other advanced civilizations out there use the same mathematic construct or system we do? Yeah, their math is a universal language in that it's basically just quantitative logic. But like, we make our own mathematical languages, different numerical bases, different mathematical notations, the kinds of functions that interest us because they are useful for modeling the physics that we're familiar with, stuff like that. I find it bizarre when people try to come to conclusions on such abstract notions. Why are you trying to conclude there's nothing special about vortex math? Likewise, why is Marco Roden trying to conclude that there's everything special about vortex-based math? I find this comment fascinating. Pointless efforts. This video is incredible, minus the conclusiveness of it. Vortex-based math is incredible, minus the conclusiveness of it. Yeah, this is a fascinating comment. It's basically, good job on a dumb idea. Okay, yeah, I get that. That if it's nonsense, why fight about it? Or, okay, no, I don't want to put words in his mouth. It's more like, why all this drama about this topic? Like, why so sure of yourself? Okay, that's a fair question. Well, I'm a math teacher and a science teacher. I just highlighted math because this is a mathematical topic. And one of the things that really bugs me as a math and science instructor is people who get caught up in false ideas. Really bugs me. And it's not because I just love being right and I want everyone else to be right like me. It's because false ideas can have serious consequences. Not all of them do, you know, like if you believe that the world is 6,000 years old, like, okay, it doesn't really matter. But like, if you believe that like a certain health hazard is a hoax, you're going to get hurt or you're going to hurt other people. Or if you believe that a certain medical procedure is unethical, you're going to be either denying it to yourself and hurting yourself, or possibly denying it to others and hurting them. Anyway, yeah. Great video, but that drum track starting at about 6 minutes makes it difficult to follow. Too loud. Thank you very much. I'm a musician. The rhythm disrupts my mental calculations, demands my... Yes, I screwed that music up so bad. 666 likes when I click on the vid. Yeah. All right. Okay, likes. Looks like the crack kicked in near the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If base 26 is so great, why does everyone use base 10? There you go. Okay, so 11 is a master number. You don't add it. Well, at least I thought. Well, I don't make any sense. Well, what can I say? Totally not what I was expecting, but I loved it. Counts as positive. Started taking a dark twist, and I'm like, okay, WTF is going on? Haha, great stuff. Work great. Keep up the good work. Thank you, David. And can't hear you over that horrid music. Was really expecting the too loud to outnumber the positive comments. As a mathematician, I liked the video at first. Then we went down the rabbit hole that you chose. Oh, okay, I remember this. Yeah. The argument was not logical by demonstrating an alternative-based calculation. See, did I reply to that? Oh, no. You didn't need to flavor the neutrality and beauty of mathematics by your own Christian ideas. What a waste of an otherwise nice video. I like metal too. Well, he wants to like it. Tell you what, I'm going to just let that one even out and not count it as anything because it's positive and negative. Man, here I am trying my best to keep up with this, but the music is just too overpowering. I am so sorry. That every time I got a comment like that, I was like, I know. I'm so sorry. It sounds terrible. I have all this volume in like the 1, 2, 3 kilohertz range, which is right where all your sibilance is, and I'm making it so hard to understand myself, and I can't just fix it with compression and turning up the... Oh, it was so bad. It hurt me, especially because I'm like trying to build a music channel, and I was like, oh, I'm so bad at sound. Something strange in your audio. I can hear it multiple times. It appears to be amplified. Yeah, that's just me being awful at mixing. Well done. I mean, I was search if someone could see it. Well, I'm not sure what your positive comment is, but thank you. This is awesome. Took a good amount of brain power to sit and actually conceive this numbering system, I'm sure. I think you might be referring to Vortex Based Mathematics, because all I was doing was modal arithmetic. I knew watching other videos it could be debunked. All you had to do is change the number at which we switched. All right, thank you, Dalton. As far as we are aware, maths can be used to describe... By the way, I read all these when they were new. I'm just skipping over them for the sake of this review. So if I don't read your entire comment, please don't take it personally. I'm just trying to make this not take 4 hours to read 900 comments. As far as we're aware, maths can be used to describe the mechanics of everything. Everything material. It is understandable why people search for meaning in maths. If there's a spiritual element in the universe, it should also be able to be described mathematically, right? I don't know. That's a supposition that we're not qualified to make. I think it could be described logically, because as a Christian, one of my presuppositions is that logic is grounded in God's intelligent nature. So I think that ultimate reality is fundamentally logical. I consider mathematics to be quantitative logic, but I wouldn't dare to assume which logical principles apply without having some sort of information about it. Thanks for the comment. Bro, I'm buying you a spirograph for Xmas, then this will be proper. I didn't get that. What happened, man? I'm just kidding. All right. You're a goof. 4-letter word. The universe is simplicity. It's funny, another comment said it was math. It is frequency and vibration, and oh yes, it is eternal, not dogmatic pseudo. There's no Big Bang. Get right with God. We are in the quickening soon. Will come the tribulation. John 3:16. God bless. Whew. I'm a Christian, sir. I'll be fine. Good vid. This amounts to doubling restricted to mod 9 arithmetic graphic. That all Vortex... Yes, base mathematics is. Oh, I remember... I remember this one. I've done some... So this is another guy who's done some modal arithmetic and found the same thing. Yeah, thank you very much. I don't think it was him. Someone linked me a paper that they wrote. I might find it. Go a little easy on the music. You have got that right. Satanic Star Winding. I have no idea. It was great, bro. Keep it up. Thanks, Mr. Sickened Dirt. The pentagram is pure fiction. If you actually connect the doubling circuit of those values, it forms a simple infinity symbol. The math is good, I'll give you that. That's the only part I was doing, so thanks. You actually don't debunk vortex-based math, you expand it to other bases. This was a big surprise to me. I'm going to add that to do not debunk. So it turns out Marco Road knows about this base 26 thing. I was a little shocked and embarrassed to learn that because I thought like, oh, this must all be new. But no, like that's part of the vortex-based mathematics thing. So what I don't get is why we're treating 9 as special. 3, 6, and 9 only have significance within base 10. If vortex-based mathematics works in other bases, see, like, mathematical point of view, way back when you're doing arithmetic and to some extent even algebra, answers are numbers. Once you get into like calculus and beyond, you do math problems whose answers are like functions. And so I've come to kind of see numerical answers as almost trivial compared to a more meaningful function as an answer. So when I see a pattern, you know, a rule, I'm like, that's what's important. Forget 3, 6, and 9. What matters is that the highest single digit is an odd square, and that the second highest digit is the digital root of a power of 2 in that base. That's what I consider important. 3, 6, and 9, who cares? They're just one of them. But that's just what boggles me about this. They're still hanging on to 3, 6, and 9 like they're important when they're not. They are one of an infinite set of cases. Yeah. Anyway, one more thing for the gematria. I've seen that word before, but I read it. I didn't hear it pronounced. Try out, well, do a last research on Akkadian alphabet and Hebrew one for the pentacle. How many outside corner on the Great Pyramid and Venus cycle every 8 years? Templars. Yeah, there is an awful lot of ancient aliens in there. So thanks for your comment. Lol, the number of the subscribers, 621. Yeah, people doing math. I love it. I stayed for the music. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, the music drove a lot of people away. 369 heart. Hey, it's all good. The noise in the background is too distracting for me. Too loud. I am from India. Good information. Do you know that kind of information in our Vegas? Love you. First of all, thank you. Love you too. That was not something that I knew at the time. When I continued to look into this and I saw this is in a Vedic tradition, I was like, well, this is great. For one thing, I thought, like, I don't want to be like this this white guy in America dunking on an ancient math tradition from another culture, because, like, that's a bad look. But, like, the idea that there's this, like, ancient mathematical knowledge that I'm still using in my 7th grade math class, like, that's pretty awesome. And yeah, like, credit where credit's due. This is something that what was a part of Indian culture, who knows how many centuries ago. Like, that's like one of the reasons why I think math is such an awesome subject. It is so human. Almost every culture, ancient culture in, like, the ancient river basin civilizations, has some kind of mathematical foundation. And I think part of it was, like, they all had their eyes turned toward the skies at night. They're all finding their gods in the stars. And I just can't think of a more natural source for wanting to be able to do math than sky watching. Just, it's all cycles. Anyway, sent by Lucifer himself. I mean, that's kind of the joke I was going for. I just don't know if it was a joke. I think that vortex-based mathematics is just the recognition of the digital base symmetry and the geometry of infinite in a circle, which could reveal underlying meaning in our universe. If you were to say that it was infinite, the digital base symmetry could be the best way to predict the infinite ways a particle could move in this infinite digital universe. What? Wanted to listen, but you already know. It's too loud. There is no coincidence in nature. It stands on its own as base 9. Changed the base, you change the rules. It needs no further thinking. The base is not the rules. The base is not the rules. I was wondering for a second if I have another tab opened. Cool video. We need more math videos. Middle music. Also, what's the author of the music? Hey, thanks for that. Oh yeah, I didn't think the music fit, but liked it. Those tricky commies. Interesting proof that numerology leads to devil worship. They don't get it. Tricky commies. They prefer the devil to God. Tricky commies? All right. Let the numbers hit the floor. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that when it was new. Holy cow. Thank you, KM Cal Jr. Let the numbers hit the floor. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. What the song called you made, I couldn't find it. I'll know in the comments. I discovered that the functions people believe are pinned to base 9 are actually shared amongst all bases. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was a really long comment. I wanted to respond to that, but I must have been too busy and I couldn't get around to it. What was I doing 4 months ago? Oh, yeah, teaching remotely because of a quarantine. Anyway, yeah, this is a really strange thing. So this is all in the decimal system. It's base 10. A lot of people were calling it base 9, which really threw me. I didn't want to, like, complicate it by correcting them, but I also didn't want to validate the mistake. I don't know what to do. Yo, where's the song? That's cool. You found something that you can understand and make sense to. Is that a positive comment? Volkswagen again. Wow. It's 2 of them. No one gonna leave a thumbs up? Some of them did. Do you use Pythagorean tuning 432 hertz? Or do you use Joseph Goebbels 440 hertz? I actually, when I fixed the audio, I down-tuned it to 432 just for them. So, yeah, I did. Going to 8 instead of 9 made me think of reincarnation. Oh, yeah, that's, I don't know the religion very well, so I know there's 8. Is it the Eightfold Path? Was that it? Or is it like 8 chakras? I'm just totally ignorant on this. You lost me in the heavy metal. I don't think it's too loud. It's just they don't like metal. I just love metal. All I saw by the end of this video is that no matter what base you use, numbers have repeating ratios. Okay, right? 6, 10, 26 have similar ratio patterns. Yeah. That was part of the point, was that there are repeating patterns in all kinds of bases, and the one that has 9 in it is not special. So, can you make a time machine yet? No, I cannot. So, you do all that, then you can get way more wormhole in the universe. I'm pretty sure you're trying to say wormhole, but when you say wormhole, moving on. The music blasted me out. That is correct, sir. I'm so sorry. Hang on all your numbers. You are trying to debunk this with all end up either being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is all Tesla is shown all along your number 26 plus 2. Even though you're trying to debunk it won't happen. Tesla is one of the most. So we got another Tesla mention. Did I miss some Tesla mentions? I might have. No debunk. So what if instead of going back, i.e. 8 to 7 equals -1, you kept the movement clockwise? Oh yeah, and just took the full 8 spaces equal to 7. If you continue that, the vortex would still be created. So I think this is a misunderstanding. I was still going clockwise. It's just instead of counting 16 spaces clockwise, I thought, can we just count 1 space counterclockwise? Because it lands in the same place, and you don't have to like watch me go around the circle for a minute. Anyway, or if instead of going back, i.e. 8 to 7, yeah, okay, so that's that one. All right, never heard of Pythagoras then. You see something the Christian church only says is a cult because they wanted to kill off the teachings of both he and Hermes. Yeah, this is me misunderstanding the demographics of Vortex Based Mathematics. They created the Baphomet in the Middle Ages. Yeah, so I just totally misunderstood the pentagram and the demographics. So wanted to be really like apologetic and conciliatory to people who were pointing out how badly I got wrong all the occultic symbolism. 3 and 6 do not. Is that even the right term? For all I know, I just disparaged it. All the esoteric symbolism. There we go. 3 and 6 do not connect. They converge on 9. When you build a coil after the circuit, you get a gyroscopic spin for this coil. Got back to coils, but there wasn't really any mathematical substance in that. So boring. You really enjoy your cave, don't you? Cave? What does that have to do with being boring? I don't know, but I really don't, to be honest. I just had a bad feeling coming into this vid after reading the title. I'm writing this at the 509 mark. I'll hear it out because I have an open mind, though. Hey, man, thanks for having an open mind. You get a thumbs up for that. Great video, but the music is too loud. I'm kind of hoping too loud catches up with positive because, I don't know, I just really like punishment. I can appreciate you taking the time to share your findings, but isn't Vortex Math a 2-dimensional representation of a 3-dimensional process? Got another mention of dimension. Mention of dimension. Like a snake eating itself, Ouroboros. It happens to be the path taken by the one with the eternal downward spiral as his name. That infinite merry-go-round that none shall escape. It's honestly a little creepy to read. Well, you didn't debunk it. You just showed how complex the patterns can get. So no debunk. But you can Still see 369 underlying the base 26 example. No, you can't. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's what it does. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah. The Freemasons know it because they use it for their symbol. You can see it at minute 13:59. Yes, I'm aware that the Freemason compass is part of a pentagram, but it's also part of a triangle. Okay, well, yeah, I'm sure Freemasons use pentagrams, but according to the research I did after it was pointed out to me that I got pentagrams wrong, lots of people have used pentagrams. Audio fixed, question mark. Dude, the music begins to drown you out at the 10-minute mark. Yeah, this is not the fixed audio version. There's a link to it. Remove the music. It doesn't enhance what you're doing. I know. Oh, every time I read that, I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. Don't question it, my friend. Just believe it. Don't try to prove anything. Keep your proof for yourself. Don't complicate people's minds. That is it's a sad way to live. This is a message to you and other debunkers. Just put out your own truths. As in, let us keep saying nonsense. You just say your own nonsense. This is a message to you and other debunkers. Don't have a dialogue. Just everybody have their own monologue. 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1 add together equals 28. 2 plus 8 equals 10. 28 plus 28 equals 56. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Thank me later. I still have no idea what that means, other than the first sum has a digital root of 1. The second sum has a digital root of 2. But, if you get the number 28, and then you just take that 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1 and multiply that whole thing, distribute 28 across the whole thing, yeah, it'll happen again. I don't really see the relevance. Why do we double? Let's triple. Exactly. Why make this arbitrary mathematical choice when we can make that one? I think if you investigated this from a different perspective, you may surprise yourself. Good video, but I must agree with some of the other comments that you didn't actually debunk anything. That would be a no debunk. In fact, I think you may have helped clarify some things about in the way that you analyze the concept using the way we learn to use numbers in school and everyday life to quantify things. I challenge you to make a video from a different perspective. Look at it as someone who wants to understand, believe in its significance rather than debunk it. And I'll bet we will all be surprised with the result. I don't think you are wrong, but I also don't think you are correct. Good video overall. I'll take that as positive. Thank you very much. I love open-minded comments. So this is actually how I come to positions of not believing in things. I try to believe it. Okay, when I say try to believe it, I put it on like I'm trying to believe it. And I see, how does this look from the inside? For people who believe this, how does it make sense to them? Whether or not our base 10 system seems arbitrarily chosen or chosen out of convenience doesn't debunk its potential importance in nature or the potential mysticism proposed in Vortex mathematics. Whether or not our base 10 system seems arbitrarily chosen or chosen out of convenience doesn't debunk its potential importance in nature. Okay, so if the choice is arbitrary, I think out of convenience counts as arbitrary, basically not connected to a deeper meaning, as in not ordained by a higher power, but it's just something we came up with, because we could just as easily get a base 12 system out of counting on our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Count on the joints of your fingers, right? Or like use your fingers to count in binary, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So it didn't have to be 10, right? It is arbitrary. Potential importance in nature. Okay. If it is important in nature, that means that there is something transcendentally special about 10. The point isn't that we use decimal. The point is that decimal is used in this. That's the point. Anyway, let's see. Can I categorize this any particular way? Ended on a note which doesn't actually affirm anything at all, and it's nothing more than dogma surrounded by a cloud of unrelated logic. I think that counts as a no debunk, but it's written much better than the other ones, so kudos for that. I want to see a reply to those of us with a valid point. Better yet, a video response to all the comments, even this one. Let's see, what did I say to that? So far, the best response is about the Fibonacci sequence. That should be next on my list. Yeah, a year ago. Oh my gosh. So here, of course, was a problem. This is July 26th. By the time July was over, and my YouTube career was going absolutely nowhere, I was, for lack of a better term, I was screwed. I was like, my last paycheck, I've got 2 more paychecks, and then I am just out. I was basically giving up on YouTube at that point, and I just had to find a job. So yeah, I've been very, very busy. Anyway, this is as close as we're going to get to a video response. So hey, James, hope you appreciate it. Sorry. We all would have also expected the atheism if your background music in this video wasn't so loud. I'm not an atheist. What? Well, too loud. We're getting close to overtaking positive. Dude, I'm very high and going to subscribe. Audio music choice was dank. Hey, like, thanks. I guess I should have had a category for drugs. Current number of subs, 666. Yeah, they had some fun with that, so that's cool. Yeah, a whole bunch of number jokes. Is it just me, or did he explain Vortex Based Math? Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I like your name. I enjoyed this video. I am an occultist. The Satanism jab was funny. Yeah, this is one of the earlier comments where I realized I really screwed up with the pentagram. Honestly, one day maybe others will see this a pretty good evidence of how elaborately the English language was created. Yeah, so you see, right? I think this is in on the joke, that there's something mystical about 1 through 9. There's something mystical about A through Z. No, it's just a game. It's a number game. Okay, so base 10 has some interesting properties and make a clock face out of it, since all PCs use base 10. What? No, they don't. They use base 2. Or 16, depending on where you're looking. Why don't you let me borrow your brain for a month? Bring the maker and paint. This is so weird. Base 26 is the English alphabet. It made a Star of David. No, it didn't. Those are hexagrams. This is a pentagram. Until you inverted it to evil. Everything is positive and negative. I can't even follow the logic of this. Could probably defeat Pete. This person might be toying with me. You attacked the 3, 6, and 9 and had a bad time. I French fried when I shoot a pizza. That doesn't count as a Tesla reference. Does it count as a no debunk? Nothing coincidental with God. Cells created use the vortex math of 2. That's the DNA code, not coincidental. Right, I get that cells divide by binary fission, creating an exponential growth, powers of 2. Loads of other mathematical patterns in nature, though. Why are we picking this one? Rude gesture. That's a whole lot to respond to there. So every patterns that created by math has no significant meaning of all. No, that's not what I'm saying. Same with this Vortex math. Like, for example, the patterns applied to the Ferris wheel. It's just a coincidence. No, man, that's not how it works. Math is a great tool for describing the universe. Just, like, don't confuse the map for the territory. Just because math is a useful tool doesn't mean that, like, math is the universe. This is just quantitative logic. As long as quantities exist and logic is valid, math will work. Like, that's all there is to it. If I don't have an understanding of something, I wouldn't dismiss it completely. This is just a way to help mentally grasp through number the subtle workings of reality through correspondence. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, you haven't debunked anything. There's another no debunk. You use different symbols to represent a similar idea, which is cool, by the way. Why are you against this idea anyway? I just like people to believe true things. 46 chromosomes, base of 10. These comments are so confusing, where they just kind of like sprinkle a little bit of other facts that are like supposed to mean something. And I'm like, what? It's so strange. You're wrong to think it isn't more. It's almost like you think we created a decimal system, but we did. Yeah, we did. We definitely did. The law of math cannot be differed and wasn't man-made. We learned math, not created it. We invented systems of math. We did not invent. Look, if the concept of quantity is like intrinsic to the universe, I mean, as long as there are particles, there will be a number of particles. The description is something that we realize the systems of mathematics we use to describe quantity are man-made. But yeah, we invented mathematics, but we did not invent quantity. You're wrong to think it isn't more. Not just math, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, you really didn't debunk anything. Wow, we got another contender. If you only knew the magnificent... see, there's the Tesla quote. It didn't say Tesla, but that's the Tesla quote. What exactly was debunked? That's a no debunk. When cells divide, they use a vortex of 2. That's how the DNA patterns are created. Oh, idiosyncrasies. Laugh, laugh. Yeah. Because when you do different base, you get different numbers. No, I do not agree. It's only going down because you're looking at it in 2 dimensions. More dimensions. How to apply this in stock markets. You got a Ferengi here. Math is decimal 10-base system. Yeah, it's not all base 10. Perhaps every calculation needs its own specially based system. So coincidental. It's so strange. The smartest guy that ever lived, inventing all you're using now. This is Tesla again. He basically used nature and the universe laws and mastered his consciously like no one. I would take his words over yours, even if you were the greatest mathematician. Right. So we got another Tesla fan, unless they're referring to Marco Rodin, but I seriously doubt it, because Tesla's the saint here. That's a trash video. When something clicks, it makes sense. Too many extra explanations. Then you haven't met a math teacher. That was the most hilarious load of rubbish I have seen in YouTube for a long time. You need to... I was going to say you need to watch more YouTube, but actually maybe you don't. To take us through an argument that Vortex Based Mathematics is simply coincidental has no significance at all. To argue that if you study it, you're an occultist and Satan worshiper. Hilarious. It was a joke. Maybe not hilarious. Not only that, but the model used to debunk used a different base to discredit it. Yeah, that was how. That's how. Yeah, I comments like that just make me think I must not have communicated myself clearly. Because when I get misunderstood so badly, it has to be partially my fault, right? Nothing special about pyramids. This is all foolishness. You're not debunking. It's a no debunk. Yeah, this is interesting, but applying a God of the gaps to it was goofy. What? I didn't make an argument from ignorance at all. So according to you, these numbers and patterns have no special significance to them, except when you attach Satanism to them. Lovely. That's nothing to do with what I said. I agree that there isn't a transcendent meaning to this pattern, since, like you said, it's all possible to do with the decimal system that's being used. However, I do think that there could be something more to plane geometry itself, just due to the fact that nature itself is constructed by it. And there are patterns there. I just think that if there's a true higher meaning to geometry and how and why it forms its universe in the way it probably does. Hey, he likes it. He just thinks, hey, cool it with your materialism, dude. That's what he's saying. So it's cool. All right. He's saying there's more to it than what you think. Am I saying that? Someone else saying this? This is the video I've been looking for. I remember stumbling on Vortex Math a while back. Is this one? Okay, so here we got a positive one. Yeah, this is a nice comment. Someone who really likes math and engage with it. Yeah, it's really cool. I would just like to see the drawing using all letters and not leaving A out. About that, so A is 0 in the base, right? In the regular vortex, it just went 1 through 9. 0 is left out. So in this one, I had to leave A out. What about how this predicts multiplication and division tables? Also, how it shows the motion of Fibonacci. We got another Fibonacci mention. 3D thinking equals 3D ignorance. That is a dimension comment. Lol, bro. No idea how this debunks anything. That's a no debunk. It's kind of fun in a boring sort of way. That is such a backhanded compliment. Oh well, that's lockdown for you. I did this a year ago. Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him do math rigorously. Thanks, dude. I was looking for a reason of the patterns. Deserves more views. Thank you. This is more views than I ever could have hoped for. Tesla would have something to say to the contrary. Yep, and he would still be wrong and in love with that pigeon. Here's a link to a video. And for those who don't know, pentagram is not a bad symbol. Yeah, I screwed that up. Thank you for the correction. I actually benefited from that. Waste of time video. Guy has no concept of a spiritual realm. I'm a Christian. Numbers are living cosmic principles that existed before you and I. What? When you consider them as merely digits and quantitative, you lose the plot. Look, okay. So if you've got a religious belief that assigns some sort of transcendent significance to numbers, all right, that's fine. But can we just admit that it's not mathematics? And that if you're going to do mathematics to support vortex-based mathematics, like the doubling and stuff, if you're just doing a math problem, you at least need to get the math right. All right? As I'm writing number of the comments, 711, yeah, another 9 comment, you'll understand the existence of 3, 6, and 9 within the greatest ratio of all, which is the Fibonacci ratio. So we got a Fibonacci and a Tesla. It's a 2-for-1. As I said, I was able to get Fibonacci in base 6, but what it would take to make that video is just too much. The star that is in the red is not of the devil. It's a Wicca star. The two comments I think that bothered me the most were your music is too loud, and that's not what pentagrams are, because I wanted it to be a nice music video, and then like I hate to like accidentally like kick some dirt on someone else's religious symbol. That really hated that. I will reproduce this with vectors. I don't see why you're so certain of your conclusion. I'm certain of what I mathematically proved. I proved it independent of base. I mean, I think the proof is, I don't know if it was exactly rigorous, but it was at least complete. What's the meaning of coincidence in math? Is that math is a logical system, and that when you have a number system, you've created a cycle, and when the cycle happens, you shouldn't be surprised. You don't even know what you are debunking, but apparently you have. But apparently, it's like simultaneously just the English of that is so tortured. 369 is the Trinity. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 is the flesh, and circle is this dimension. And those who know the magnificence of the Trinity indeed have the key to escape this dimension. I'm a Trinitarian Christian, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Your other site had the different patterns. Interesting. Other site? Why is there no A on the second vortex? It's because, hey, you'll have to ask the Vortex Based Math people. Apparently 0 is not a number because it doesn't refer to a quantity. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Thus proving there are interesting use of set theory. Sorry, it's very late while I'm recording this. 23 is the 9th prime number. Thus, Beatles' song number 9 is referring to 23. The Beatles. We're really reaching now. So he really just took the idea of vortex math and twisted it into Satan worship. Brilliant. No. Tries to debunk vortex-based math. Says divine. Proves Satan is real. It's not what I was trying to do. There's nothing to debunk. You lose. The music sucks. So that is a no debunk and a too loud. We're closing in on the positive comments. Bro, do you know that 9 equals 0? 0 does not exist. No. But I left 0 out. So, hey, I follow the rules. So you're a Satanist? I don't get it? Nope, I don't. I just made a bad joke. God's not using a different base 7-minute mark. That's why it works. For DNA. It's so weird. What does this have to do with DNA? I get binary fission, like cells dividing and mitosis, but like DNA? So weird. Marco's work is incorrect, but base 10 is correct. There's so much more to it, my friend. So, what is it? 9 is more like a direction. It's not 9 direction. It's 1 direction. I don't know, that joke's like 7 years old now. Okay, but can you define a quanta? Yeah, a quanta is the smallest indivisible particle of something. What about how all the numbers in the circle of 9 equal 9 across from each other? 9 is at the top of the circle, 8 is across from 1. Yeah, that's just another consequence of 9 being the highest single digit. Great info, although it got quite hateful around the 5-minute area. I was just being too dramatic. Background music drowned out your voice. Yeah, I got too loud. This video deserves more views. Thank you. I'll consider that positive. I'm trying to go for like explicitly positive comments. There are 3 mistakes that need to be thoroughly explained. Good. Something substantive. We already know those symbols themselves are vortexes. Yes, I love numbers, but the matters of arithmetic you jump through an unexplained hoop of philosophy. So I challenge you to explain blame. So strange. So, was your point to say the English language is satanic and you proved it? Tesla's mentioned, but it's not defending it on Tesla's merits. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with English. I just needed something that made 26 significant. So basically, pi, Fibonacci, and all the other constants are useless, bogus. No, it's just that they're base independent. Laugh, facepalm. Yeah, well, nice try. Ha ha ha. You're not debunking anything. No debunk. Just prove to yourself what you want to believe in the black and white world. It's okay not to comprehend the spiritual vibratory dimension. By the way, your background music is satanic. I don't think that counts as too loud. How could you defile the Trinity, fool? I'm a Christian. I believe in the Trinity. The simple reason I see you were overlooking for the reason that base 10 is used is when you look at the circle on base 10 with the 9 on top, you'll notice all the other numbers. Yeah, that's... It works in base 26 also. 25 and 1, 24 and 2, 23 and 3. They all do it. It's got nothing to do with base 10. Weird. It still looks like a vortex frontwards and backwards, just given a different name. So what are you saying? There is no Santa? I ruined Santa for this guy. Lol. Don't listen to this guy. If you really care to understand all of these, you wouldn't make debunk videos. Please excuse me. It's 2 a.m. when I'm recording this because I can't be a YouTuber because I have like a life and... Oh wait, I'm sorry. I can't... I don't have time for a second career online. I just have to do this whenever I can, and I started this really late, and I'm just doing it even later. If you really care to understand all these, you wouldn't make debunk videos. Really, what you do is you do enough research to try to convince yourself, to see what it would take to convince you of something, and see why the convincing arguments fail. That's what you do. All right. You are an obvious shill who's paid to confuse the dumb masses. I wish I got paid. The vortex following the pattern of 369 removed. Just more Trinity jargon. 0. I don't know if that's my grade or he's telling me to include 0. So glad this guy wasn't my math teacher. This guy's a really bad linear thinker. Check on 1 brown 3 blue for some actual linear mathematical thinking. Do your own research into modular arithmetic. Man. This one actually might be a serious comment. I love 1 brown 3 blue. I can't do my fancy computer animations like he can. I'm just a lowly hand animator. Fertz off. Don't we use a base 10 system? Yes, that's correct. Second plus research, Marco Rodin and Nikola Tesla. Got another Tesla. This isn't arithmetic man-made math. It's sacred geometry. Yeah, so sacred geometry, that might be a topic I need to look into. I see nothing but the same symmetry. So I just used 2. Wait. Both illustrate the 2? Because I doubled in both of them? I had to. That was the rules. I could do a different exponent and get something else. Never mind. P.S. Hail Satan. Why then did Tesla make reference? That's my question. Why is he talking about 3, 6, and 9 when there's nothing to it? Hey, buddy, I put up a video about Vortex Math and Time. It's not as fancy as yours. Oh, that's funny. Mine's not fancy. But you should check it out so you understand the statement I said to you about. Let me know what you think. Can you affirm that this is 10 based? It's rather 9 based. Maths algebra modulo. Okay, yeah. It's all mod 9. I did graduate school, and the only thing you use is properties of dividers of multiple of 9. It's a great video for searching such a relative link in word geometry or analysis. This is so strangely written. Please delete such disturbing music. It's just hurting connections to the purpose. Oh, I liked the music. Bunch of math. Your reason for trying to say that vortex math doesn't matter is the exact reason it does matter. What? I'm no good at maths, but I think all this debunking exercise just shows clearly we are in a dualistic realm. Oh my gosh. The divine beauty in vortex math can be inverted to something ugly. Grotesque or satanic, as he puts it. Numbers don't lie, they add up pretty well. Again, these comments are just like coming up with stuff. I've got no idea. 2 to the power of 0 is 0. No, it's not. It's 1. This sum, not sure what you're getting at. Yeah, neither am I. Okay, very impressive. Still don't get it. Should sit. Sit in a math class. So that thing is happening where I'm like really tired, and my brain starts coming up with stuff to say before I know what to say. Yeah, I got ancient aliens again. What? That's correct. One can only approach Tesla. Ugh. Tesla jargon. Never looked deeply into this 369 Tesla thing. We think the fact that it exists is pretty mystical and strange. Doesn't have to be after I explain it to you. The argument of base 10 is the proper base of the human mind. Considering the 10 digits on our hands. Why not just do one hand and do base 5? Count with your left hand, write with your right. It's so strange. Thank God so many people see how stupid this video is. Yeah. Is this kind of like debunking that glass breaks at a resonant frequency or showing glass breaks at a resonant frequency? Well, at least I bought some time. Why did I say that? Oh, right. Bought some time. I am so tired right now. What I was trying to say was, if you're just watching me fall asleep right now. You just drew an upright pentagram wall. That's not a sign of Satan, brother. Yeah, I know now. You don't believe in Tesla. Who cares about you? I care about me. Math is a language for understanding the universe. It can be laid out with arbitrary metrics as your base. If you understand metrics, it's unavoidable when horizontal patterns. Yes, good. This is a good comment. All right, that's a good constructive comment. You're a mathematical genius, but a foolish human. That is a common combination. If we use a different root, wouldn't there just be different idiosyncratic properties of those fractals? That's my point exactly. So Tesla's wrong and you're right. Just about this. Pretty much about nothing else. You need to research more of this application of modular arithmetic. You're not saying anything of substance when you say it's just because of an idiosyncrasy of base 10 mathematics. All mathematics is an idiosyncrasy of base 10 mathematics by this standard. No. No. The commutative property of addition has nothing to do with base 10. I could go on. As a person who has studied occult esoteric knowledge, yeah. Ugh. You sound almost angry. People are taking note of this and you show concern. Very worrying motive. Yeah, that's just me trying to be dramatic. So unnecessary. I like this, but music not necessary. So true. What's your reason for everything? Nothing except what you were told by someone else, everyone else. You are institutionalized sheep. I'm trying to break free of that. You couldn't blow a nose, let alone a mind. You're making up your own rules. Vortex Math is not a joke, however this clip was. Ooh, you didn't put a letter in the circle. I'm not supposed to. Weird flex, hard stretch, missing the point. Man constantly says nothing special about 369. Just falling asleep. I'm so tired. There's no such thing as coincidence. Oh, sorry. Got another Tesla one. Oh, do you know why? This is such a weird one. It's so confusing. Just, I don't even want to read it. It's about people using the bathroom. First of all, you're a product of your environment. You're, indoctrinated person. I'll school. So what you're saying doesn't mean you're right. Base 60. So freaking tired. Yo, bro, this ain't about math. Like you think it's how... Hey, not just math. How you wrap a coil to get double energy. I'm not a believer, but from a mathematical point of view, can you create a base lower than 10 in which this works? There's no odd squares below 10. I'm sorry, below 9. Music ruined it. That's a too loud comment. Satan is in our heads, aka the ID brain, serpent, the reputation brain. God is everything. You've actually got me more hyped on everything with that base 26. Somebody really liked the metal. Saying that you prove 9 isn't special doesn't actually say anything at all. Saying 9 is meaningless. What? Wrecked every doubt. Satan's behind everything. What? Great show. Oh, wrecked every doubt. Satan is behind everything. did not include a category for accusing me of being in league with the devil. Great show, great distraction, great build-up, great ending. Yeah, the music track, fuggled some of it, whatever, cool. It's a very unenthusiastic positive review. I love the ending, LOL. Pentagram 1 point up is claimed to rep mind over matter, and 1 point down reps matter over mind. Hey, you like the end, that's cool. I do not believe in coincidence. Hey, neither do I. What a coincidence. Just kidding. So black magic and Satanism does exist. What? You can't make sense of Vortex math with base 10, 369, significance. Oh. So we're talking about different bases. I'm not saying if you're right or wrong, but if you change the base, you change the whole thing. Oh man, you just change the digits. I'm not saying if you're right or wrong, but if you change the base, you change the whole thing. You don't throw out Newtonian physics, science, just because you do. The sound behind is so annoying. Yeah. You need to learn about other things. Yeah, I agree. The music was cool, but I didn't see a real debunking in this personally. No debunk. If it has been debunked, then why are occultists and many others still use the sign in their symbology? Look. Oh. Okay. You're trying to make it trivial, and it's not. Simple, yes, but just because all you want to see is the simple logic of it. What? So the use of quotes on games seems to imply they don't find that word acceptable to use here. It's kind of a problem. Some say that there are no coincidences, but what you did was explain math well done. But since you love math, use a binary system to look at your numbers. How do you feel looking at the number? Music destroyed the message. Disproved nothing. Music is annoying. Letters, wrong numbers. Music sucks. Hey, we finally caught up. Music, yeah. Zero is not a number. There's nothing wrong with being a Satanist or occultist. Pythagoras would be dismayed. Okay. Nothing was debunked. Oh. Say Vortex Math is not magical. Hey, we got a Tesla. Also, and not just math. Nah. Didn't debunk anything. Wow, I got the end. Whew. It's about even. Hey, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here, subscribing if you have. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in another year.